An Olympic controversy feared and foreseen. Punches as ferocious as the row. A bout that faced calls to be blocked, and in the end was abandoned after just 46 seconds. Italian Angela Carini could take no more, feeling unfairly overpowered by Imane Khelif. Why this attempt to offer consolation was rejected. The Algerian cleared to compete in Paris despite being disqualified from the World Championships last year after failing an unspecified gender eligibility test. We saw Carini leaving, awaiting checks on a potentially broken nose.
Leaving the venue, Angela Carini doesn't want to speak. She was heard saying inside that this fight is unjust. It's already being seen as one of the most contentious contests ever at an Olympics.
Recently, it was this Australian boxer facing Khelif.
It's not fair to target an individual. It's not fair to put other people at risk. So, it needs to be held. The conversation needs to be held at the highest level.
Olympic organisers fear a witch hunt, insisting if it says female in your passport, you can compete as a woman.
The testosterone is not a perfect test. Many women can have testosterone which is in what would be called male levels, and still be women and still compete as women. So this panacea, this idea that suddenly you do one test for testosterone and that sorts everything out, not the case, I'm afraid.
Complicating the issue is an IOC integrity dispute with World Boxing's governing body. Clarity is needed according to the boss of athletics, which has guidelines dealing with high levels of testosterone.
You know, if you have a clear-cut policy, then however tough that decision is to arrive at, you have the policy. If you don't, then that is a challenge, and boxing has a challenge, of course.
Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni complained that Carini was not able to fight on an equal footing, but Algeria's Olympic Committee criticised malicious attacks on Khelif. It's complex for the sport and spectators.
The Olympics is showing off what the human body can do. Then why actually are we still doing it based on a binary when we know that there are so many differences?
If you have a high level showing that you are stronger, let's say, you have to be in a different category.
The IOC wants rules based on scientific evidence, but what makes a fair fight? And does a potential strength advantage outweigh the desire to be inclusive? Rob Harris, Sky News, Paris.